Now you have a general idea what an interesting research question is and how you should approach formulating it. Now let's move to the methodology part and have a look at what we need to do to make sure that we can give a compelling answer. There are generally 4 aspects of a compelling answer. The first aspect is that there are no alternative explanations for your results. Ideally, there should be only one way to interpret your results so that you can draw a clear conclusion. The most important part of your methodology to make sure that there are no alternative explanations is the research design part. By designing your research in a smart way, you can make sure that alternative explanations are ruled out. So we're going to talk about this in a lot more detail in the research design section. The second aspect of a compelling answer is that you have accurate measurements, which means that your measurements really measure what they're supposed to measure. Also that they measure it with the highest possible precision. We're going to talk about that in a lot more detail in the section on measurements. Then the third aspect is that you have external validity, which means that your study is set up in a way that you can generalize your findings to the bigger world. And for that it is necessary that the setting of your study is realistic. For example, if you are testing a treatment, then it's important that the treatment is applied in the same way. It will be applied in the future in the bigger world. For external validity, it is also important that your sample is representative of the population. For that, we need to make sure that your data is collected in a way that your sample will be representative of the population. We're going to talk about that in a lot more detail in the data collection section. The fourth aspect is reliability, which means that your findings are reliable, in the sense that if you did study a second time, you would get the same result. We're going to talk about that in a lot of detail in the data analysis section. Okay, so these are the 4 aspects of a compelling answer. Now the next question is, how do we do this? How can we design our methodology in a way that we fulfill all of these criteria? That is essentially what the whole rest of this research methodology video series is about. In the rest of this methodology course, I will walk you through research, design, measurements, data collection, data analysis, all the way to interpreting your data and drawing a compelling conclusion. So let's get into this. I see you in the next video.